Good morning. I'm Susan Eby, Reverend Susan Eby from Unity of Medford in Unity, Oregon. Yes, Unity, Oregon, in Medford, Oregon. And I'd like to welcome you today. Our talk is going to be on the village, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Before I do an opening prayer, I want to talk a little bit about this talk. Our friend Bruce Kelling, who comes to our church when he's not in Florida, where he's kind of stuck there right now, told me a story he had written for the Unity in Florida where he goes when he's there. And I'm going to be using many of his ideas for this talk, but he said it was okay. So I threw a few things in there, but this is mostly due to Bruce Kelling, and I thank him profusely. So let's have our opening prayer. Wonderful source, beautiful source of all being, we thank you for being together today. We thank you for being alive in this form on this planet. We are relaxed and confident in going forward with our lives. And we are so grateful for all that we have. So grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. We feel your presence right now and always. And so it is. Amen. And so it is. So we're going to give Gary a chance to play some music. So just give us a moment and he'll be right here.
Hi everybody, I'm back. It's nice to be back. As Reverend Susan indicated, I'm going to play a tune for you today. It's called Trust Your Heart to Lead Your Home. The words and music are by Dana Clark. And this is a song about our life journey. It's also about discovering our spiritual truth and having the faith and the conviction that all the solutions we need, all the answers that we need to our spiritual journey rests within our heart. So let's begin. At the starting of your journey, you can never see the end. Still you find the faith to follow down a road that often bends. You're searching for an answer, for a peace you've never known. You hope to reach it even, or you'll be free to go. Trust your heart to lead you home. Find your path that's yours alone. Listen to the voice inside you. It will grow with strength and guide you. Trust your heart to lead you home. Home is not the place you're started from, it's the place you're looking for. When you stretch is your guide. Sometimes you have to crawl, sometimes you can fly. Trust your heart to lead you home. Find your path that's all your own. Listen to the voice inside you. It will grow in strength and guide you. Trust your heart to lead you home. Like a painter with her canvas and a sculptor with his clay, your life takes a shape beneath your hands as you work through each day. You create a fabric with the threads of love you hold. Even to your tapestry, the pattern of your soul. Trust your heart to lead you home. Find your path, it's yours alone. Listen to the voice inside you. It will grow in strength and guide you. Trust your heart to lead you home. Listen to the voice inside you. It will grow in strength and guide you. Trust your heart to lead you home. Trust your heart to lead you home. Take it away, Reverend Susan.
Thank you, Gary. I don't know how he plays the drums and the piano at the same time. He was multitasking. He did pretty good. So the theme for the month of May for Unity is curiosity. And Bruce was thinking about this, and he had some ideas that he called and we talked about. And I fell in love with his ideas and asked if I could use them for this talk. So we begin. We're going through COVID-19 right now. We have social distancing. We wear masks. We wash our hands constantly. And I'm sure you've run out of hand sanitizer and disinfectant cleaning items many times over the past few weeks. It can be totally overwhelming, especially when we're listening to the news. However, when we look at things through the calming eyes of our Christ self, we see right now we are safe. We can let the hustle and bustle, worry and fear fade into the background and for a moment focus on that word, curiosity. It's a good word, curiosity. Are you curious about how things might be after the virus is gone or slows down? What might we see? How are things going to be different? We can turn our thoughts and use curiosity to hold our fear at bay and to live the truth we know. It's a good way to spend our time because we have a lot of it right now. We're going to use our minds to build a new world on our own terms. But it gets to be our world. We don't have to deal with the politics and infighting that are going on right now. We can focus on the acts of love and caring source that shows us how to live. So where do we start? We ask ourselves a question. What is this new world going to look like? Let's put curiosity into action and start thinking about this, meditating on this. Based on the known truth that we are co-creators with God, let's build a new world. Let's design it beginning with ourselves. So we ask, what do I want to change about myself? Good question. How do I choose to act and be in this new world? Am I going to be more spiritual, more awake, full of acceptance for myself and others? What things do I want to change? How do I want to show up in this new world I'm creating with God? Do I want to work on healing or changing my body, my mind, my spirit? Do I want to be a better friend, better neighbor, better parent, better spouse, better third cousin twice removed from Aunt Becky on my mother's side? Yes. Dear Becky, will I be more interested in others, more helpful and thoughtful? Do I want to speak a new language, plant a garden, play a new musical instrument perhaps, erect a monumental tiki in my backyard surrounded by gently lit pools of water where koi fish are gently swimming by? That's my house. If I live in your village, or even the next village, I'm the one with the tiki. As long as we're building and co-creating this new world, let's make it what we want it, by first realizing a few more questions about ourselves. Are you ever curious about your reactions to yourself, to other people, places, or things? Where did these ideas come from, and how do we shed ourselves of these thoughts if they're negative thoughts? We start by feeling curiosity about ourselves, taking a look inside, and with guiding prayers and meditations, learn about ourselves, which leads us to the next step in this exercise, a personal inventory. Who are we? What do we want? How do we picture ourselves? Are there things we need to let go of, change, or further develop? Are there things missing? So how do we do this exercise? Actually, it's fun to use our imaginations and curiosities to build this new world. Imagine you live in a small village with about 20 buildings in it. There are houses and shops, maybe parks and lakes, whatever you wish. This is a place you are co-creating with Source. This is your village, and you can take time to make it any way you want. So who lives around you? Friends? Family? Neighbors? New neighbors that you've never met before, perhaps? What kind of houses are there? Are there sidewalks or grassy paths or both? What kind of trees and flowers do you see? What do they look like? Who is the mayor of your village? That's a good question. Here's a better one. Who is your spiritual leader? And where is your spiritual place? Are there shops and shopkeepers? What kind of shops? Bruce suggested he have available an Uber driver in the next village so he could get rid of his car. I thought that was a good idea. So what kind of shops are in our village? Is there a little grocery store or a farmer's market? What about our home? Where is it located and what does it look like? What's inside our house? As you can see, there are infinite variations to our village. And it's all based on us. It's all based on how we think, how we feel, how we interact with Source, how much we're willing to change, how much we're willing to see in our new world. When we are curious about ourselves, we are able to build a wonderful place we want to carry with us into the future. The old world is gone, but with God we can co-create a new world. So let's meditate on this for a moment. We're going to do a quick meditation, and then you can practice this at home, and I think you will truly enjoy it and come up with a wonderful village. So let's take a few deep breaths, relax our shoulders, close our eyes, and breathe. Now let's build our village. Think outside of the box. What should we leave out? And what would we definitely leave in? What do I look like and feel like? Am I healthy, full of energy, serene, happy, enthusiastic? You choose. What does it look like walking up to our house? Are there flowers, trees, lawn ornaments, wind chimes? Take time to imagine it. Go with anything you want. Try it on and see how it feels. This is your new world. What do I see when I walk through the door of my house? What colors, items, rooms, and spaces are there? Are there lots of windows and lots of rooms? Or just a few of both? Build your world. This is your house. Make it how you want. How do I feel here in my house? What sense of myself do I get? Do I feel enveloped by Source wherever I go in my house? Who lives around me? Friends, family, new neighbors, old friends. Let's walk through the village. What shops do I find here? What's important to have nearby? In my new world, what do I find here in this place? Is there a flower shop? Is there a farmer's market? Is there a pottery barn? Or an art gallery? What's in the village? Who is the mayor? Who is the spiritual leader? What qualities does he or she have? What would you change about them? Would you have more than one? And remember, this is a small village. This is your village. You create it with God. Look what you have created with God. Now, this world is flexible, so you can change it on a whim. During your meditations on the subject, see what feels good and see what you need to change, and change it. Let's open our minds, think outside the box, and create our wonderful village. It can be our new world. So when you're ready, come back to this time and this place. And again, thank you, Bruce, for these wonderful ideas and exercises. And I encourage you to continue with this exercise and build your village, because it will become your reality. And now I think Gary has another tune. Do you, Gary?
Sure, give it a try.
Okay. So we'll see Gary in a minute.
So I'm going to play the longer version of a song that we normally play before meditation called The Father and I Are One. We start with The Father and I Are One, then we say The Mother and I Are One, referring to Mother Earth, and then we end with The Great Spirit and I Are One. So here's a little introduction. The Father and I are one. The Father and I are one. Are one, are one, are one. The Father and I are one. The Mother and I are one. The Mother and I are one. Are one, are one, are one. The Mother and I are one. Great Spirit and I are one. Great Spirit and I are one. Are one, are one, are one. Great Spirit and I are one. That is the truth.
Hi, we're back. I'm back. And that's the truth. Great Spirit and I are one. Source and I are one. Everything is possible. Change is possible. Building a new life, a new world is possible. And that's what we strive for in unity. To continue growing spiritually along the lines of our Father, Mother, God, who teaches us every day and guides us in every way. We just listen. So go out there and build your village. Do it in a meditation. Do it in several meditations. If you're unhappy with it, go change it. If you want to move a picture on the wall, do it. If you want to make your closet bigger, do it. I want a bigger closet. I'm putting it in my village. Now I have some announcements. We will be opening the church on May 20th, which is a Wednesday, for the Silent Unity prayer service and book study. And we'll be opening church on May 24th, which is the first Sunday following the 20th, the Unity prayer service. Now there are a lot of precautions we're going to take. It's not going to be like regular church, but it'd be great to be together again and see each other and give air hugs and smile beneath our masks. If you feel at all apprehensive about coming out and going to church, please stay home. Things are going to get better. We know this. Things are going to improve. But in the meantime, we need to follow strict guidelines. I will be sending letters out to everybody, letting them know what the guidelines are. And after church, we'll have questions and answers. Hopefully we'll have answers. Spirit will be there, so we will definitely have answers. So look forward to that. And like I said, I'll be sending out letters telling you what the parameters are for coming to church. Love offerings, always needed. We've been able to pay our bills. And with your generous offerings, we continue to thrive. We continue to thrive. So if you'd like to send in a love offering, send it to Unity of Medford, 540 North Holly Street, Medford, Oregon, 97501. And even if it's a small amount, we appreciate it. We put it to good use, and it travels beyond us to where it needs to be. So thank you for your love offerings. And finally, we're going to wind up with the prayer for protection. Let me have this in case I forget it. I doubt it, but I might, because sometimes I'll forget. Okay, together. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me, and the presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Namaste. I'll see you soon. And say goodbye, Garrett.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.